get rolling here, shall we? Shan't we? Ho ho. Ooh, more Final Fantasy 4. Okay, anyway. Enough me enjoying. Let's see that right there. I will need it because I do got stream lane. Let's go. So, okay, so we got quite a few stacks. There's an extra stack here hiding behind. So, as usual, too much crap. As usual. So, let's get a quick side thing out of the way. So, today, well, not today, but I mean lately, I actually had a little luck on flipping stuff. So, I do got a few extra cases. Of course, not a big worry for anyone else, but yeah, I got a few extra PS4 that, mainly what I wanted to say with them is 3 of them will balance Wonderland, World. Wonderworld. It's World, right? It's a land of World. I always get, I think it's World. Balance Wonderworld. And I actually profited off those. $4 each, turned into 11 credit. So, that was crazy. Of course, the nicer thing here is, and I kind of regret, I got this for $12 and it went in for I think 18. It's the Steel Book Edition, so I kind of think maybe I should have kept it, but I was like, you know, I could probably get, because I just need the disc basically at this point for it. I mean, I don't really care if it's 4 or 5. I got a case in that for it, so either way. So you know, I figured it's like, I can get the game probably through a trade-in or something like that. So, with that out of the way, games, lots of games, lots of things. Of course, usually bigger stack of PS4 than everything else, but let's see, let's get this out of the way. So, I did get, on Amazon had a buy 2, get 1, buy 3, get 1, buy 2, get 1 free. So, get a third game free of that. So, I took advantage of that, bought a few things, and one of the things was the Volume 1 of the NIS collection, which is Soul Nomad, the World Eater, and Phantom Brave, which are all supposed to be the most complete versions of those games. But, I've sadly found out recently that Soul Nomad is super broken, and Phantom Brave has crashing issues, which is a big shame, and apparently the Soul Nomad issues are still a thing. So we're going into Volume 3 getting released, and Volume 1 is apparently not fixed. So, and Volume 2, as I've mentioned a few times, I've joined a interesting group that like testing physical media without patches and that to see if they are, how should I say, able to last the servers as a functioning version. So, and I do like that idea. I agree with that idea. That I think that is a very good thing for the gaming community down the road, for people who want to play older versions of things that may never get ports or anything. So it is disheartening to hear that Volume 2 is also immensely broken. Apparently, Makai Kingdom is also broken. So, and unlike apparently Soul Nomad, the World Eater, that has the option to skip cutscenes, which is the only way to get past the broken shit that's in it, Makai Kingdom does not allow you to skip cutscenes, and there's a cutscene so far nobody can figure out how to get past it. So it is currently known to be 100% broken. 100% broken. That is not good. That is not good. Now, hopefully, according to someone in the DRM group, the Volume 3 is being ported by a different company. So hopefully that will mean hopefully a better version, because the company that did Volume 1 and 2 is horrible track record so far. So I'm surprised they even got work on 2. Like, this is bad. So, moving on. So, I don't usually get repo cartridges. I know there's a lot of repo cartridges these days that are official. But so far, the Wally Wars, which was a Genesis collection of revamped Mega Man games with an added story thing, It never got a English physical version, and it's never been like in any Mega Man collections, oddly enough, which is really weird because this is a very beloved game within Mega Man's. So Capcom did this is a official reproduction of the Wily Wars for the Sega Genesis, and maybe one day it'll get like an actual port to a more legit console type thing. But I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not a big Mega Man person, but I hear the Wily Wars is a really fun entry of the Mega Man games. I think it's Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. And like the big interesting thing is the additional story thing. You take all the powers from all those games into it. So that's supposed to be the kind of interesting aspect of it. But moving on, I think this is the only Xbox One game I got. And yes, I know this is basically just crap. So, you know, you get a $5 credit thing at GameStop. So, this was $4.99, so I was like, I need to buy it on something. This is an online-only game, so I will probably never get to play it before the servers go down. So, it will likely turn into a extra case, likely. That's likely what's going to happen. Some PS3 stuff. Let me get this and this. I believe these were all the things. So, as some of you know, longtime viewers, there is a mom and pop store here in my town that I keep all of my packaging material to, and I give it to them, and they get all the packing material for their online orders, and they loosen the grip on a few games. You know, it's a simple transaction. Don't have to worry about money or anything. I get some games. They get a bunch of fucking packing materials and that, because, you know, a lot of shit comes in the mail these days, especially from the limited companies. So let's see, I believe these were almost all. So I've said it multiple times, I've only played Assassin's Creed 1, and I've never ever gave any of the other titles a try or a buy. And he was just loaded up on this. Now, a lot of Assassin's Creeds have gone ported to other shit, so I don't really care about them being on PS3. I don't care enough to probably get any of the ports. A lot of ports from Western companies have been shitty. Hell, a lot of ports from Japanese companies have been shitty, so I'd rather just probably play the authentic. I don't really, as far as I know, they don't have new content anyway, so Assassin's Creed 2, 3, 4, Black Flag, Revelations, and Rogue. So, a huge chunk of the series. The case is all pretty meh. But, of course, I always encourage you to check the condition of anything you're buying. So, they all have their artwork and stuff. They have some sticker residue and stuff. So, gotta clean them up a little bit. But other than that, all the discs are all nice and clean and that. So, otherwise, I wouldn't have grabbed them. So, that's a huge chunk of the Assassin's Creed series that people paid full price for back in the day that I just got for a bunch of bubble wrap stuff and boxes, so good deal in my opinion. I always told the later entries were much better, so maybe we might try some of those out at some point after all this overtime crap. I got more important things I want to do right now while this overcrap shit's going on. But hopefully it dies down and we can give some other things some tries. On top of that, I also got Port Royal 3 Pirates and Merchants. Don't know anything about it. Figured it's there, it's a clean disc. He doesn't usually buff the stuff inside the store, so it's usually as is. So it's pretty tricky finding nice condition stuff inside the store. He usually buffs the stuff he's going to sell online. So I also got, I've never heard of this, Mecha Robot Golf by Toho Coop Limited LT. What did LTD stand for? I'm trying to remember. But I have never heard of this game. Never heard of it. So I was like, why not? I tried to get some weird experimental shit from his trade-ins because, as I've explained before, usually with his, I can't pick the, really nice stuff. The valuable stuff. Because, I mean, as much as packaging material costs, a lot of extra money, admittedly, you know, you're not gonna give Earthbound full packaging unless it's a lot of packaging for years or something. You know, huge savings, you know. So, usually I dabble into the cheaper or Western titles with his stuff. On top of that, I also got Dynasty Warrior, one of the Dynasty Warrior spin-off games for the PSP. This one is a little bit, yeah, the PSP case is messed up. I need to get those little replaceable UMD cases, but yeah, the UMD case is messed up, which is becoming a big old problem with PSP games I've been seeing a lot lately, which is a shame. And I think the main reason it happens is because of the cases. People don't take them out carefully, and they fucking whip them and shit. I think that's one of the main reasons those happen. But it's complete, so I figured it is starting to get hard to find some Japanese, but some PSP games complete, you know. Handheld stuff definitely gets the shaft when it comes to having them complete from companies like GameStop. They just like, throw them away. The cartridge is so small, take up too much space. So anyway, we got some side stuff though. So let's look at some, because we got lots of PS4 shit here. So these are PS5. Let's see this. So first thing I want to start. This is the first PlayStation 4 game I've ever seen destroyed, and it was sealed. So, I did get this replaced. It might be kind of hard to see, but, yeah, I'm not going to see it without me moving really close. But, it has a crack. You know the inner wing where it says PlayStation 4 with the logo? It's cracked all the way through that from the middle to the other side of that on this disc. This was a sealed copy, and there was no damage to the case. This was from Best Buy. So I have never had a PS4 disc like this before. I was just mortified. Now, the game, you might recognize as being a game a lot of people criticized, pretty meh. Some people thought it was kind of interesting for the beginning, but then it just gets super repetitive. I think it was $4.99 at Best Buy. It was either $4 or $2.99. Something. It was cheap as cheap, so I was like, I heard it has a few interesting ideas, so I was like, that's a good price. Like I said, like a functioning okay game, even if it's repetitive, for like $5 is usually a good deal on that. In that sense, if you're willing to not be driven crazy by it. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's not good. Now the new copy is somewhere around. Best Buy was very kind to send me a new copy. So I don't have a printer. Our last printer dried out, and we never got a new one. So I do not have a printer to print out a label. Best Buy apparently does a system where you can print out a prepaid label and return something. So I went to the customer service saying, like, I don't have a printer to print a label. So could you ship me the replacement with a label with it? And I was like, they said they would. Oddly enough, though, the replacement did not come with a label. So I don't know if they were just like, it's cheap, we don't give a shit. It's because I showed them a picture of it. Like, I took a picture, close-up picture where you can really see the crack. So maybe they were just like, it's too cheap, I don't really fucking care, the disc's destroyed, so just send up a new one. Might have been a different deal if it was a full price game or something, probably, but I guess this is just a extra case. So can't really say that's necessarily bad, but I did want to return it, but they didn't give me a label. So as far as I know, I was getting one. They just like, cool, we'll send it that. So don't know on that. So okay, let's get some of this stuff. Elden Ring. I don't think I got the normal case. I got the Steelbook edition. Best Buy, when you do the Steelbooks, they send you the Steelbook usually separate from the game. So, like, you get the original case version and then a Steelbook. So, I think the regular one somewhere in one of those other stacks of that. But, we'll use the Steelbook to represent it. It is a very nice Steelbook, because I got prepaid to that. It was course, free. And later on, they usually charge $4 to $8 to buy these later. I've had a very decent feeling that the boss being, well, not necessarily boss. I mean, far as I know, he could be just the NPC. But I have a very funny feeling this is probably going to be the last boss that we're seeing on here. I have a good idea who it might be, but I don't want to go into spoilers. Obviously, I don't want to do that. But I do think it's probably going to be something like Dark Souls 1, where the carrot on the cover was probably the final boss, which I was kind of surprised they did that with Dark Souls 3, honestly. But yeah, I have a funny feeling that might be the final boss, but not that far, don't know yet. So I don't remember if I showed this off the last pickup. I think this I got after, but the Castlevania collection for Limited 1 games came out. It's very nice. I have to say it functions pretty decently from what I've played, so it's very nice. And you actually do get a very small booklet. It's not very big, but it is a booklet, and it is kinda color, not super colory. It's kind of weird. It's like a mixture of black and white and color. Let me, so here's Kid Dracula, which is the main reason I want to buy it. The screenshots are in color, but everything else is black and white. It's kind of weird. But it's a very simple booklet. But hey, it's a little booklet. We don't get booklets too often. And it also has a reverse cover art, which is very nice. It looks like it's Castlevania 3's artwork, I think. So, pretty nice. Which Castlevania 3 had very delightful artwork. But yeah, the main reason I wanted this was because Kid Dracula. It's also a nice way to play some of the other little entries. It's definitely a very nice collection of many of the retro titles. So it's definitely very excellent for that. Let's see. I haven't played the first one of this. I know Dennis has been playing it. He said they're very interesting in that. So GameStop. So Amazon did the buy two get one free, and Amazon did that, and then no, wait. It was Target that did that, and then Amazon and GameStop hopped on their little sale. So this was from GameStop's buy two get one free. So I grabbed that. And yeah, they're all mixed around here, so those are going to be popping in. This one was actually the newest game I got. Stubbs the Zombies. Is it, let's see, do they describe it as a remaster or a port? It doesn't really, it's literally just the regular title, Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse. That was the original title, so they didn't even put remaster or any bullshit into the title, which actually is kind of refreshing, because I do get kind of sick of some of these fucking titles that come up with some of this shit. I don't know if this is a good port. I actually used it, I traded in, let's see, basically there's a PS5 game I got, I'll go over that in a second actually, that I did a little trading with, and I used half that to pay for this, so this was on sale for $9.99, so I was like, why not? Because, and it even has the co-op mode, because it does list 2 players on it. So, might be nice to see about doing that. It doesn't say online, which is a shame. But this was a fantastic game, so if it functions, that'll actually be a nice way to revisit the game. Hopefully it's not broken. I hope it's not. But, let's see, another title I got from GameStop was Greedfall. This is supposed to be kind of a solo Souls kind of style game. Apparently there was a lot of confusion whether this required online or not, because it's a very common question if you Google it for this game, and it is offline, so it's supposed to be interesting. But yeah, if you want online, this has no offline. This has no online. So people are just kind of about it. So let's see. So we'll go over what I was talking about with the got a few goodies there that came with some other stuff. So why not show off a little PS5 as well? So let's see. This one was from a limited company. What are they called? VGNY Soft. I was originally going to pass on this title. It's Drunken Fist Totally Accurate Beat 'em Up, which is some kind of weird 3D beat 'em up. It looks honestly kind of awful, to be honest. It looks like it should be like on a PS3 collection or something. But hey, it could be some silly fun. Sometimes it's hard to know. But honestly, if you look up the video, it didn't really wow me in the, how should I say, the Earth Defense Force kind of jank fun way. So, I don't know. I don't have a PS5 yet, so it'll be a while before I find out whether this is a hidden janky gem or a piece of garbage. But there was some other stuff I was getting from VGMY, and I kind of was like, yeah, they still have copies of this because it came out like a few months after, a few months before something else I did actually want it, because they've been doing a number of shmup games, so I've been buying those. So I was like, why not? Save on shipping. Get them as bundled. Walmart pickup, Overcooked, all you can eat. Both games plus all DLC remastered for the PS4 from Walmart for $4, sealed. Very nice pickup in my opinion. I believe this is just 2 games with all the DLC. It doesn't specify. It just says both games. So I'm assuming it's 1 and 2. But yeah. So get a PS5. I got that. It's supposed to be a fun party game. Yeah. Up to 4 players on network and that, so. Now, the thing with... So, I found this for $3, Devil May Cry 5. It's the, what do they call it? The special edition. So, it has virtual mode and stuff on it and that. And I had the original launch edition from a Black Friday. So, I asked the DOM group if anyone knew what the condition of the actual disc, because if it's just an upgrade, especially the sensor thing, if you know, there was a butt censorship on this through a patch, oddly enough. It was uncensored on the disc, but censored through a patch and then removed with another patch, which was really weird. And it only happened on PlayStation, which was really stupid in a game that's fucking weighted mature. That's the thing I don't get about shit like that. Weighted mature. What the fuck? Are you an adult or a little man baby? Anyway, so everyone's saying like, yeah, the disc is a good build and that. So I was like, sure. I guess I'll just swap them out. Luckily, this was $3 at Walmart, and the launch edition was still trading in for like $6 or $7 at GameStop. So I still kind of just bounced fine with it. So it was a little swap of a few dollars, but overall, you know, it still was okay. So I was like, sure. So I still need to play Devil May Cry 3 and 4 anyway. So I was like, yes, probably have PS5 by the time I ever get Neo 5. So sure. Now, here's a game that kind of sucks that I got. I think I got this through GameStop or Amazon. I can't remember. But Tribes of Midgard, which is supposed to be some kind of spiritual sequel to some older game that I never played. I think it was on PS2 and Xbox console-wise. But this game requires online, which is a huge shame. And it just became free for PlayStation Plus people this month. So everyone I know that plays PS4 with PlayStation Plus, you don't have excuse claim this, but yes, big shame, because I just bought this, and you know, being online only, it's not a big deal to buy this new. I could have just got used after it became, you know, bleh, for collectibilness in that sense. So sadly, luckily it wasn't much. I think I got it for like $10 or something, so it's not a huge loss. But yeah, we have a strictly limited game here, Spelunky HD Deluxe. I'm not too familiar with a lot of the spelunkiness, but you experience the spelunko phenomenon in HD with your friends with Endless Cave Neo, Competition, Adventure, Champion, and you can also play in 8-bit along with 3D. I think this was originally only available on the Switch in Asian markets, physically that is. So having a more Englishish physical version, even though it's European, is very nice that. So, but I'm not too familiar. It does list it has up to 6 players online, so it also feels a little hefty. So it feels like you got some booklet in there. So that's always a good thing too. And this I believe was, this was a VG in Ysoft. I believe this came with that drunken game. So this is a shmup game, a pads bowl, and it looks really nice. The screenshots look very nice. Like a lot of these shmup games limited companies are doing have been all pretty solid. Probably the only one that has a few iffy ones is probably Widot's game. There's that ice cream one, and there was another shmup that looked pretty meh. But even Widot's games has a few interesting ones. Like there was this really gory retro looking one that looked really nice that Widot's got their hands on. So a lot of the shmups are pretty interesting looking. So I've been grabbing pretty much all of those. I think there's 2. There was that and this weird fish themed one Widot's did that I just passed on. They were just like, they look very minimal meh. Like I don't mind retro looking, but like the gore one looked actually nice, retro wise. The fish one looks really bleh. So that one I skipped. Where the Heart Lands. This I got on sale on Amazon. It's described interestingly. I'm not really familiar with it. Also, what's interesting is the company that published it does a lot of physical releases of VR games in Europe, and a very small handful in America. But what if you could relive your moments, your past? Spend just one more moment with loved ones who have long since gone, or experience that feeling of meeting your child for the first time. Join Wheat, as he steps back in his life to navigate the adventures of childhood, the triumphs and anxieties of being an adult, and the uncertainty of old age. Experience the entire life of choices, their consequences, but be careful. Changing the past will affect your future. Sounds like an interesting idea for a game. So I got that one on sale. I think it was like $12. Let's see. This was, I believe, another GameStop one. Immortal Realms Vampire Wars. This is some kind of like tactics type game. It looked interesting. I think I got it for like $8 or something. And for GameStop, it's complete, very nice, clean, not even any stickers. So I think it was GameStop. It might have been Amazon. And can't remember everything off the top of my head. Another strictly limited game. Funny story with this game. The box was completely fucking destroyed. At first I thought it was crushed, but after opening it, I realized it wasn't crushed. It was completely drenched. It was water damage. So luckily this was in bubble wrap sealed and that. So there was a postcard. If you're not familiar with strictly limited games, they come with postcards. And the postcard was dry. So that to me seemed the indication that the water got in at all. So that's good. That's good. This is a kind of a platform, I believe. Fight your way through masses of demons accompanied by thrilling heavy whiffs. Heavy metal whiffs. Yeah, it looks kind of like a maybe kind of Metroid game. Don't know about Metroidvania, but it looks kind of Metroid-y. Now I remember this from its Kickstarter, Phoenix Point Behemoth Edition. So Phoenix Point was this Kickstarter game that pissed off a lot of PC people because they took a deal to be exclusive PC-wise to the Epic Game Store for I think a year or something. So that pissed off a lot of kickbackers and that. That kind of shit you gotta be careful when you do a Kickstarter or that. But yeah, this is the console version. I'm not sure what comes with it. Let's see, 4 weapon packs and more. Oh, it says here. In-game items, DLC, Blood and Titanium, DLC 2, Legacy of the Ancients, DLC featuring Skies, and DLC 4, Corrupted Horizons. Requires internet connection to download. So apparently the DLC's on the disc, so that's kind of a shame. Oh, wait. It has an asterisk, which is only by DLC 4. So, Corrupted Horizons isn't on the disc. So, DLC 1 through 3 is on the disc. So, that's always a shame. But, got cheap, so can't complain. Now, here's something I'm actually excited about. Apparently, a lot of people were disappointed with this. Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. These are two very expensive games now. Ghoul Patrol, especially. That game I never even knew about for a very long time until I think the Happy Video Game Nerd was the one who did a video on it. But yeah, I never knew that existed. I knew about Zombies Ate My Neighbors for like ages, forever, but never owned a copy myself, and it's became really expensive these days. I believe it is the SNES version, which probably makes sense because Ghoul Patrol was only on the SNES, so I think Zombies Ate My Neighbors is the SNES version, but this is a very basic port. It's emulated, but it does offer saving in that. Through those modes, so this is a very nice thing in my opinion, because these games are well. As far as I know, they function well, but apparently a lot of people wanted a lot more. Like one thing I've seen a lot of people say is they wanted to have them modify the game to be more like Toe Jam and All, where you can separate from each other. Which I mean, that would be cool, but realistically, you would have to basically reprogram the whole game probably. And since it's being emulated, you would have to get to still function through the emulation at least. So, I think that was an unrealistic thing to expect if you through emulation. If they like remaster it or remake it, that could be more of a understandable complaint. But I have played a little bit of both because I've never played Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and obviously I never played Ghoul Patrol either, because that is very expensive. So I think this is a very nice collection for limited one games, and they did go very nice. There is a really trippy book in here, and it also came with 3D glasses. The book and everything has 3D effects on it and shit, so very trippy look to it. They really did go very nice on this. It has a lot of artwork, and it's full color. It's not half-assed, kind of like that Castlevania one where there's a lot of black and white in that. There's a lot of nice color and stuff in that. A lot of dark colors here now, but I mean, look at that. Like, it has lots of color in it, so I actually think this is a very nice. I'm actually very happy with this. Personally, haven't heard about any bugs or anything, so as I always say, having it where it functions is going to be a very important thing to me, because the fact that it can obviously be bad if you got a bad functioning in it. So I'm very happy with this. I can understand wanting more. Now, one thing I can definitely complain is there was this kind of art gallery thing. It does show you some of the original like boxes and the booklets and that. That's okay, but there's also where it shows you like all the sprites of the characters, and there's still actually some sprites not in that, and it's just kind of weird. It's kind of odd. So, oh, that was on Bellway. Go. But yeah, it's just kind of weird to me. Kind of I mean, there is one interview with somebody from the Zombies Ate My Neighbors team, so I mean, there was that. But yeah, I mean, in that regard, I could understand wanting a few more bonuses in that kind of regard. But yeah. We'll show off a few Switch things here. Let's think about that. So let's see, we got Barrel Monkeys from the people who currently own Cave Stories Whites. And they've been doing lots porting that. Let's see, give me a second, you know. Next bottle, oh yeah. Oh, it's a quest. I didn't get 2 quests though, placing tanks down. It's kind of weird. Anyway. So moving on. This is supposed to be, I think, kind of a top-down, or is it side? Yeah, it's a twin-stick shooter. It actually has online, oddly enough. Don't usually see lots of online things with Switch that are interesting. So, got it on the sale. So, nothing too mind blowing. Here's something I like. Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. This is some weird indie game. I kept seeing a lot of the cheap ass and Wario Twitter accounts tweet over and over again. It looks like a kind of a weird Zelda game from screenshots. So I don't really know much about. I got it on sale. I was like, well, it seems like it's a hilarious game, so why not? Let's see, some Play Asia exclusives. The Letter, a whole visual novel. And then, Left Esquire, which is supposed to be like a big, one of those kind of games. Obviously on Switch, it's not the big H, but, it's like a dating, it actually has RPG stuff in it. Forge relationships, turn-based combat. It looks pretty simple-ish, though. Ways stats, fully voiced, multiple endings. So, I actually didn't. I thought it was just a visual novel. I actually did not. Oh, look at the tagline on the top, though. Get good, get laid. Oh deal. Well, that's Play Asia for you, right? Based as fuck. Let's see. Save these three for a little later here. Let's see. Wigged Force We Ducks. Let's see. Was this? Yeah, this was Game Fairy. Now, Game Fairy, we haven't gotten anything from Game Fairy in a long time. They've been very slow with releases lately. This is a shmup, so I grabbed it up. But, yeah, Game Fairy hasn't been doing much since they first started, so I'm not sure if they're just slowly doing things that... let's swap back some PS4. Let's see. Let's grab a nice little stack here. Oh, there it is. Elden Ring was in here. Pretty basic cover, though. Having lots of fun. It's definitely going to be an interesting review, though. Okay, so we got Blaster Master Zero number 3, which a lot of people were pissed off about these Blaster Masters, because apparently, like, Asia, got, big collection things of them all together versus separately released, which, I can understand a little bit of hamming up the money in that regards, but, I don't think it's the end of the world, but, yeah, I understand a little bit of that. And plus, I think they removed the English out of that collection in the Asian market. There's been a lot of accusations of some of the limited companies taking English out of Asian versions. I haven't seen any real proof of it, but I can understand the conspiracy theory some. I can understand it a bit, but yeah, hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, so that's number 3. I don't remember if I only had 2 or if that's somewhere in here. You gotta understand, this is a lot of stuff all stacked together. A lot of stuff all stacked together, that. So, Aliens Fireteams Elite. I got this for $9. It was on clearance at Walmart, so this is a online only game, I believe. No, it says online optional, actually. Interesting. I thought it was online only. But, yeah, this is supposed to be, just some random shooting fun, so. Can't be any worse than that one Aliens game, right? Don't answer that, by the way. Scarlet Nexus, which is something I actually hadn't picked up yet. This is supposed to be another kind of soulish, I think it's supposed to be a mix of, soulish and Monster Hunter type stuff, I believe. But, I gotta say, I hate the Western artwork. I don't know what the fuck. Look up the Japanese artwork. It looks so nice. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this shit. No case of, hell, even the hooded guy in the in-game screenshot looks better than the one here, in my opinion. But, I don't know. it kind of like, they basically like sucked out the anime of this cover. So I don't know what the fuck they were thinking on that, but oh well. But yeah, I've heard nice things about this, so I got that snagged. Disco Asylum, the final cut for the PS4. I've heard this is also really good. It's supposed to be a very bizarre game. See, this was the IM 8-bit release. But yeah, this is supposed to be a complete version of everything, so got that on sale. Another Walmart one, got for $11. It is World War Z Aftermath. Now, my understanding, this is technically still the same World War Z game. It's just more stuff, a more complete version of the game, if I'm understanding that accurately. So I might have, yeah, it was originally $29.88 and it went for clearance for $11. Yeah, you gotta always keep an eye out for Walmart clearances. You can snag some nice deals. And you know, like I say, if you're lucky too, you can get some nice trade-ins and get some little extra credit, extra case, and that. Because remember, I always tell you, if you have a lot of stuff like I do, and you get stuff that's missing cases and shit, don't trade in your cases to GameStop at least. Other places you'll have to kind of find out how they are, but GameStop does not judge the credit you get on the completionist. They just want the game. So you can always keep all the cover art and cases and that. So yeah, speaking of which, you might notice I have Death Stranding case here. Now you might be like, didn't you always have Death Stranding? Yes, I did, but I had it from a Redbox machine. So I got Death Stranding for, I think it was like $9 or something from a Redbox machine when they were selling them. You know, I want to check something. Is the music a little loud? Because I notice it's getting louder. I just want to make sure it's not too loud. Give me 1 second. Let's see. No, it sounds alright. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too loud. Because it sounds much louder than me, but you know, the mic only picks it up so much, so. So I just want to make sure it's not drowning me out too much. But so, Walmart had a copy of Death Stranding for $3 on clearance. Now I was like, well, I don't have a disc. I don't have the case, and my disc had the Redbox sticker on the middle, which isn't the end of the world thing, but I was kind of like, it's $3. I wonder how much it trades in for. I think it traded in for $6, 6 or 5. So I was like, oh, you know, it's not a loss, so I could just trade in my Redbox version. So yeah, so traded in my Redbox version, and I have a complete version of Death Stranding. So all cool. Upgrades, my friends, upgrades. Nine Witches Family Disruption. So this was a limited one game. Yes, this was a limited one game. I don't know anything about this. It has a pretty interesting looking art style on it. Let's take a read of it. Unravel the mysteries, save the world. When an occult German World War II division releases an ancient course upon the world, a supernatural problem is going to require a supernatural solution. Take control of two playable heroes as they embark on a comedic alternate history adventure with a truly original story. 99.99999% guaranteed. Looks like it's kind of like a point and click game. Okay, let's go back to Switch for a while, shall we? So, what is this company called again? One Point Games. So, One Point Games. This is the second batch of One Point Games I've gotten. I had a previous one. Now, I don't remember the previous set coming with booklets. See, you, and you. So they came with these really oversized booklets, which are both nice and kind of a shame at the same time. They're a shame because you can't put them in the case, of course. They are way bigger than the Switch case. They are nice, though, because you get to have much more nicer artwork. Sadly, the innards, they are in color in the innards, but they aren't crazy. Like, honestly, it almost makes me feel like they should be in a normal sized Switch booklet, almost. Just make the booklet a little thicker, because the booklets just feel like there's a lot of, how should I say, negative space. This one looks like it used the text a lot more manageable. And I think this one was the best out of these. I think. Yeah, it has some long profile images. There's a lot of negative space. If you don't know what negative space is, in a editing type sense or artwork, so negative space is like all that sky that's in the background. I feel like it's kind of off-putting myself, but I love the cover for this one. It looks beautiful. So, but that's just me, my 2 cents. They are nice though, so don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, so this is supposed to be an RPG, Eternal Resilience? Radiance? Eternal Radiance? This is actually as far as I know, from a actual Japanese company. But yeah, Force Point Games, this is the, should be the, let's see, 6, yeah, so 4, 5, 6. But yeah. So this one I'm excited. Apparently this is a interesting like mortal mystery game, Paradise Killer. I've seen Cheap Ass Game on that tweet a few things of it before, so I don't really know much about it. But hey, if it's interesting, this I think is probably the least interesting. It's called Neocab. At least from visual, of course. You know, don't want to be a judge a book from its cover. It says it's a visual novel about emotional survival in an automated world. Could be interesting, could be meh. Don't really know much about it. Like I said, I've heard about this, and this one, well, it's anime RPG stuff, so can't say bad. It does look very nice on it. Well, it is really nice on it, so that one actually looked interesting. Let's see, let's do 3 more. You know. So, Pathway, this was a limited one game from Chucklefish, I believe? Yeah, it's Chucklefish. I'm not really familiar with it, but hey, Chucklefish has a good reputation. They helped with Stardew Valley and that, so it's all cool. Pixel Junk. How do you pronounce this? Eden. Oh, it's Eden too. Yeah, yeah. The font is so fancy, I can't read what the fuck it was. Has no artwork or anything. This was a limited one. Yep. Then here's another Walmart clearance. The Disney Collection. This is the newer one with Jungle Book, Aladdin, and The Lion King. Now featuring all versions of Aladdin and Jungle Book. So this is supposed to have the Capcom and Genesis Aladdin. I'm not familiar with the Jungle Book games. I don't think I've ever played the Jungle Book. I have played Genesis Aladdin and Genesis Lion King. I've never played the SNES version of Lion King. As far as I know, it's pretty samey. I'm sure there's some little differences, but I mean, like, the game is the same kind of stages and shit. Now, Aladdin, though, the SNES Aladdin was made by Capcom, and the Genesis one was made by the people who made the Lion King, and they are absolutely different types of games. Both impressive in their own right, though. But yeah, $9 for the Switch version, which is usually the more expensive version. I would have gotten it on PS4, but hey, not the end of the world, though. But yeah, I was like, $9, you know. The Aladdin game's worth it, and the Lion King can go fucking die in a fire, though. Lion King is fucking just was made ridiculous with that one stage where you're all bouncing around everywhere. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's really fucking ridiculous. Okay, let's go with a few more. Oh yeah, and that one RPG thing from Force Point did come with a soundtrack disc. It's 2 discs with 43 tracks, so pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. And yeah, here's the Best Buy replacement case for that, or game of that, so. Let's see, then So, now here... So, for those who've watched a lot of these and seen a lot of the Wet Arts games pickups I got, this is probably the newest high-profile game Wet Arts has gotten their hands on. Now, this is anime. I've never watched the anime, The Record of the Lodius War, but this is a Castlevania, a Metroidvania-style game, which I love Metroidvanias. I'm not a big Metroid person. Like, I like to definitely be, like, the difference between a Metroid and Metroidvania. A Metroid is platforming, finding a few items that are necessary to continue progressing through a giant world of exploration. A Metroidvania is that with RPG gear equipment on top of it. So, if it doesn't have that, I categorize it as a Metroidvania. If it doesn't have that, I categorize it as a Metroid style game. As far as I understand, this has RPG mechanics and stuff, as far as I understand, so I would say it's a Metroidvania, but I haven't sat down and watched gameplay of it, but it looks very nice. It has very nice sprite work in that, so I think Pat said he played some of the digital version, so a lot of people were surprised about Wet Art games getting the fucking, like, a lot of people were expecting limited one games to do this, and what's even crazier is, you might know this, there's a T, an ESRB T on there. For those familiar, Wet Art Games is a European company. So it's interesting that they are branching out into the Western publishing. Like, you can buy that at several retailers. I think Best Buy and Target have it. So, very interesting. Wet Arts is breaking into Limited One's territory, which I'm sure they didn't probably get very happy about that idea. So, especially since a lot of people, nothing against Wet Art Games. I have explained, I think Wet Art Games has a place. I understand a lot of their games are shovelware. Not all of them, but there are definitely shovelware titles of varying quality that will have high to really low interest in them outside of rotting on the shelf and hope they become money. But I do think they have their place because there are a few games I enjoyed from limited from Wet Arts Games that probably wouldn't get picked up by the other companies because of their varying quality. You know, there are some games I like that aren't big hits with people. So, I think a company like that is a pawn to preserving titles that ain't necessary for everyone. So, but, yeah, I even was surprised by that, so. But, hey, I honestly, congratulations, Wet Arts, on getting your foot into the Western market, retail, getting more games preserved. You know, I look at that as a good thing myself. You know, people who want these things to become $500 down the road probably aren't, but hey, you'll get congratulations from me. Blue Reflection: The Second Light, a sequel to a kind of a Sailor Moon RPG kind of thing. I haven't played the first one, but a friend of mine has played the first one some, and she really liked it, so I did get this on the sale, so. Ooh, Final Fantasy VIII song. The Sorcerer song. Haunting. You know, you don't get a lot of music like this track in the Final Fantasy games. See, this one I got on sale, the Terraria Trilogy, Terraria Landor, Rock Slider Rescue, and Terraria Bomber. Now these are like very like Atari looking games. It's some weird little collection. I think I got it for like $8 at GameStop, so I'm not really sure what it is, but like I said, they look very Atari-ish, so I wouldn't have probably paid much for them. I'm not really big into the Atari age. I've only played a few Atari games. It wasn't my age. I was definitely NES age, so. Now, here's two interesting games. World War I, Terenburg, Eastern Front, and World War I, Vanendon, Western Front. Which a lot of people meme because it's like, wait, did they just do a Pokemon with FPS games. Now, these are supposed to be 2 big online games. Like, how many people is it? Up to 40 people on the battlefield. So, these are supposed to be interesting. I haven't tried them yet. I definitely do want to give them a try. I find the idea of having this big hey, you lost weight. Maybe. I kind of been sticking around the 200 area. So, it's been at least been alright in that regard. But hey, Pad, welcome. Welcome. But yeah, I've been wanting to try these 2 out. Just, focusing on Elden Ring. Maybe after Elden Ring, maybe I'll try a stream here and there and try them out. I like the concept of a big battlefield multiplayer kind of thing. Not necessarily in the direction that, like, Battlefield been going. So, I think these will be more interesting because it's based on, older war without being so sci-fi with big, crazy shit. A little more, I should say, down to earth. Yeah. So how you doing today, Pad? How you doing? Got about half the stuff shown off, so... But, of course, the video will go up on Monday, so you can always check for cliff notes on that. But still got 2 pals in the back, pal in the front, and a nice collector edition. I am going to open up. But, yeah, it's just sitting there taunting people. This one I'm really happy about getting localized. I was getting worried they would have skipped this for us. I was really worried about that. Because, it came out... I still have some Switch stuff here. Still got a little stack. But, yes, I've went through about half the Switch stuff. Vita-wise, sadly, no Vita pickups. Vita pickups at this point are going to be very scarce. Most people believe it is likely nobody else has any more Vita releases. Limited One said they have none. The only company that may still have some is the people that own Cave Story now. Nicholas, however you pronounce the company name. Because there were 2 games that had leaked on eBay. If you're familiar with the hole punch, if you see a game that's hole punched through this barcode, it means it was a gift item through the company of either the publisher or the console it's on. They're very common to be found on Sony. They do go up on eBay a lot of times. And there were 2 Vita games from them that went up on eBay. That were those hole-punched ones. They never been released publicly through retail yet. Some people are hoping they will release them, but who knows? Well, you can grab used. Yes, that's why I say they will be very sparse. I wouldn't necessarily say I have everything. I like to think I got most of the things I'm really concerned about, like JRPG-wise. There could be a few, like, what's that? There was one by, Koei. It begins with a T. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't own those. Those might be something to also look in. They're supposed to be, like, Monster Hunter style games. You're probably familiar with them, I bet. I don't own those. 5426687. What? Well, I mean, I got those 2 collections on the Switch from PlayAsia. That's a pretty, like, those are both 3, so that's 6 titles of those, which I believe were all PS3 titles. Which I think I only owned 2 or 3 of the PS3 titles, and they're more complete versions. Oh? Did they come to America? I mean, I know there were a few ports of... I think there were 2 or 3 ports of the PS3 games that went to the Vita, I think. I don't really, like... Okay, here's the question. Are there any that are exclusive to the Vita? Yeah, so... But collecting. Well, as far as I know, the Switch versions are like the most comprehensive versions of those individual titles. You don't think there were any exclusives? Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm aware of any exclusive ones on the Vita. So, I might have to double check. But I think I, for the most part, got most of the things that will likely build up and money covered. Aside from a few random titles, I don't think there's too much crazy. Ones like ass. Oof. That's not good. I mean, yeah, some of those Vita ports are pretty scuffy. So, okay. We still got a bigger stack of PS4 than Switch, so let's do a little more PS4. So, here's a title I think might be a little interesting. This is a Wet Arts game. I know, Wet Arts game. Oh, sad music. Mysterious. You know, Final Fantasy VIII really did have a very interesting soundtrack compared to a lot of the other series. But anyway, this is a Wet Arts game. It's, I'm not sure. Shatterfold Shrouded Insanity. I'm probably pronouncing the first name part. It's like, looking at the gameplay, it's like a retro 2D Dark Souls kind of looking game. Probably is not going to be, you know, the most masterful thing in the universe, but it looked a little interesting, so I snagged a copy. Like I said, the Wet Arts games have been kind of half and half. Some I get, some I like, no, that's a hard pass. Hard pass, maybe if it's still available with a few, like, they're one of the few limited companies that I have not been buying 100% of everything, and just because they had several games that were just really, really bad, in my opinion. But they do have a few interesting titles. That one looked interesting, so I snagged it. Another Wet Arts game, Wed Death. This is a shmup game. I think this is that retro one I was talking about. Yes, this one is a very retro Wed aesthetic to it. It looked very nice, so I grabbed it. No. Obey Me, another Wet Arts game. So this kind of fell in the, maybe if it's still available. I got with a big order of other Wet Arts games. It's, kind of a, like, top-down Diablo-looking game, and you have, like, a monster pet. Let's see. Obey Me, a fanatic 3D brawl that revolves around a duo of a mistful of demons as they hordes of mutants, hellish fiends, and angelic corruptions alike. It looks kinda, like something it's kinda hard to 100% be sure if it's gonna be good or bad without playing it. Could be interesting, could be really terrible. That's the risk you take sometimes, right? Yeah. And speaking, you know, of a lot of Vita games earlier, we have Neptunia, Virtual Stars, which I got on sale. I heard this was a very disappointing Neptune game. A lot of people were apparently very disappointed with it. And it went, it didn't go on sale for a good amount of time. I am really behind on playing these. Trauma. Apparently Pad didn't like it either, I guess. I'm not really sure what the complaint was. I just never, a lot of people didn't like, looked fun for video. Oh, okay, maybe Pad didn't. But, yeah, I just never, for some reason, a lot of people were just kind of like, blah about the game. I don't know why. But I know Neptune games don't have necessarily the best. Haven't played this one? Okay. Like, they're kind of varying from people, because they have so many different gameplay styles. I think that's the problem, that, like, the ones that are like, oh, I love this gameplay style, I love this one, then the next one's, like, Dynasty Warriors, and it's like, no, I don't like this one, then it's a music game, no, I don't like this one, but, oh, I like this one, it's a tactics RPG on the Vita. Yeah, which, I don't know which ones appeal in it. There's two characters I don't recognize on the cover here. These two on the front. I'm not familiar with them. But other than that, it doesn't show any other people that but I'm not sure which VTubers are in it. Oop. No battle. That means we've been going on for like 2 hours then, because the battle takes 30 minutes to ready. Man, these things get too much shit at one time. Speaking of which, I think I need a drink too. Get this fight over with. But, yeah, I think White Ops has actually been doing a lot of really nice picks lately on games. A lot of those starting liability, I think about half the starting liability was really questionable, with the other half being between interesting idea but not perfect to okay-ish. This one's a shooter, kind of like bullet goals. Oh, maybe that's why a lot of people kind of will. Because, I mean, to be fair, a lot of entries at least have RPG mechanics. So, yeah, that might have been the reason why a number of people probably. That would make sense. Let's see. One Punch Man, the hero nobody knows. I got this with some of that other trade-in that I got from flipping. But I think I only used like $1 of that. I think the other was my 5 coupon that I get every month from GameStop. So this is a fighter game, I believe. Let's see. Hero 3 versus 3 fights, unique battle system, create your own hero. I haven't watched One Punch Man. I've seen a few, the memes and clips and things, but not too familiar outside of the guy being this like super strong person that does it in one punch kind of thing. But here's a title I'm sure a lot of people might be like, meh. Monster Harvest. So this is an interesting idea to me. It's a farming game where you also grow Pokemon-like creatures and go into RPG battles. So it's part Stardew, part Pokemon. Graphically, it looks pretty. I mean, the retro, like, you see this kid on here, right? You see the kid on here. I dare you to look up his sprite and tell me he doesn't look like some stereotype overweight Nord-looking character in the in-game sprite. Like, it looks like he has a 5 o'clock shadow on the sprite. He looks like a little kid here, but he looks like some fucking overgrown, like, bum dolt. I just like, it doesn't look accurate to me. William, I believe, I think it was William that said he thinks the 5 o'clock shadow might be the scarf that the kid's wearing, which is a possibility, but it just does not look like that to me in the in-game sprite. But yeah, the character sprites look really ugh. But I got that on sale. I think I got it for $10. So I think I got it from GameStop. But yeah, I was like, that I think that's an okay price for something that's probably going to be kind of a questionable experience. Let's see, another White Ops game, the Gunborg Dark Matters. I think this was a kind of a side-scrolling, possible Metroid-y type game. But it was kind of the maybe if it's still in stock bin. And we got Lost Judgment, which will... This is going to be really confusing with the Yakuza series, because they said they want this series to continue what Yakuza is, and Yakuza to continue like Yakuza... Ooh, excuse me, what was the RPG one? 6? Number 6, I believe. They want the Yakuza to continue like that, which I don't blame them. It was like the most successful Yakuza game, so, I mean... But it is kind of shitty for original fans that have to shift to a different series, but it all takes place in the same universe, so I don't think it's the end of the world per se, but let's see, I think let's finish off the Switch, finish off the PS4, and then let's open this baby up, because I'm definitely wanting to play this at some point, very sooner than later. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville Complete Edition. So, I did not know this about the Switch version, so the The other console versions of this is an online-only game with microtransactions. Apparently, with the Switch version, it's offline. You can play online, I believe. I do believe it does have online. Let's see. There's no icons for it, but this is offline playable. It does not need the internet, and apparently the microtransactions will vastly adjusted. So, and it was like $9 at Walmart. So I was like, oh, I didn't actually know that. So I was like, some of the zombie from Nable's third-person games are kind of okay. Honestly, I've been disliking them the more they make. Like, the first one I really enjoyed. The second one, I didn't play it as much for sure. So, but I did really enjoy the first one. I thought it was a nice spin-off game. But now it's like almost like devouring the franchise. Like, please, like... Yeah, that's the third one. Far as I'm aware of, with the third-person shooter ones, that's the third entry. So, I thought the first one was a fun little thing. The second one added microtransactions as a big open-world type thing and that. In a lot of other play styles. But yeah, that one became 100% online only with the other versions. And I guess, I mean, I'll give you, like, EA, I'll give you props. This, if it's as I'm told from my DRM group, that's offline, playable, has basically the whole story stuff and shit, I give you points. This is a good thing, EA. Please do more things like this. Actually, a better thing... Exactly, that's what I want. Take this idea... Get Plants vs. Zombies 2, and we, gamify the microtransactions. Don't fucking make them microtransactions. Get as a game again, and put on something, please. I want an actual sequel to the actual original Plants vs. Zombies. I really liked the original Plants vs. Zombies. It was really fun. It wasn't super complicated, but at the same time, it wasn't super easy mode when it came to some of the challenges in the end game. But it was a fun, nice, relaxing game. And I was so sad the sequel just became this fat-ass microtransaction shitfest on mobile. Please, think about that with this, okay? Get back on track as a game, get the microtransactions adjusted to be gamified, and play on a console or something, please. I would love to play an normal, traditional Plants vs. Zombies game. It's just such a shame that it's basically just forgotten, is the sad thing. And it's not like it didn't sell well. Like, it was like one of the most fucking popular casual games for its time. Like, literally everyone was playing it, even hardcore people. I really liked it. I have both the original PC release physically, which actually has the Michael Jackson zombie, which was later removed because the people who own Michael Jackson are like, no. So they changed it into a disco zombie, which is on all the other versions, which I have the PS3 version. But yeah, I would love to see more of that again, but I don't think we will, sadly. EA's too far up their ass, but yeah, I give you credit with that release. I give you credit. Some more Walmart clearance stuff. My Hero 1's Justice 2, which is also a fighting game. Got for $10. Not too bad. I would rather had the PS4 version, but hey, as long as it runs decently, it's not the end of the world. I don't know if it does, though. It does trade in for more. So, that was something I did. That does give me a good reminder to check that out. Because, if it doesn't run good, I'll probably just trade it in and keep the case. No case for the PAL, yeah? So, let's see. I think these are... Yeah, these are super well. Except for this one. Am I missing? Oh, yeah, here. Because my Super Whale games come in sets of 3 to save shipping, so, So Heal is something I was very happy to get. So if you're familiar with a lot of launch titles on the Switch, you're probably familiar with this title, which for like almost ever never got price drops. This was at GameStop, so I think it was about 2 weeks and a half ago or something. GameStop did a special for like $8. And I was like, oh. And the first time it sold out. I was at work, got home, went to go do it, sold out. I was like, fuck. Next day, though, came back in stock again. I was like, buy. So I got a copy. I was expecting just the cartridge, but as you can see, I got a complete copy. As far as I know, it probably doesn't come with a booklet, but I don't know for sure, to be honest. But hey, original case and artwork, that's a good thing for GameStop, in my opinion. You're lucky to get those. So I was really expecting just the cartridge, so I'm actually happy to have its original case in that. So that's very nice for $8 for something that hardly went on sale ever. Now, if only I can get that, what is it called? 1-2 something of that. It was basically a demo for the Switch, basically, that should have came with the Switch, but they fucking had the nerve to sell it as a retail game. It should have came with the fucking Switch, like Wii Sports. Like, it was so insulting, because Wii Sports was such a vastly better game, too. And it was a pack-in game. Maybe they were hoping, because Wii Sports was so popular, they even made a separate version of it released in retail. Because people were still buying the fucking thing. Used, so they're like, well, why are we just sitting here letting all the used companies make all the money off this? Let's just, make a standalone release. But yeah, that also has virtually never been on sale very often. That's something I would like to get cheap. Definitely not paying a lot of money for that thing, because like I said, it's basically a demo disc. Or demo cartridge, but, Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Yeah, let's finish off with Switch. Also, it's getting a little dark. Let me, I think there's supposed to be a storm warning today. Let me open my window a little bit so we can get a little light in here. It's getting a little bit dark. Hopefully that doesn't cause too much of a glare. But anyway, so Super Whale games. So we got some Super Whale games, 2 sets here. So we got Book of Demons, and they're all still in their packaging and that. Which I'm not really sure. I'm not really familiar with. I did look up gameplay of this game, the Blood Roots. This actually looked nice. So that one I'm actually happy to get. And I looked up this one, Horse. This is supposed to be an interesting game too. So these two I actually looked up and think are interesting. I don't know about this Demon Book one. That's a sad thing when you get a lot of these limited games. If you're not really big in the indie scene, some of these you're like, never heard of it, but hey, it's only gonna get like 1,000 copies, so better get it now before it's like $200 just in case to be safe. That's what I like, at least with Super Whale games, where you can buy the pack and save on shipping and just have them all sent. That's definitely nicer than Limited One, where it's like, oh, here's a random game, there's only 500, like. Here's the thing that annoys me with Limited One sometimes. There'll be like a random Tuesday where it's like, okay, here's a limited game. It's not a pre-order for a month. There's only 500 copies. And it's like, so you either buy it now and pay, the shipping for just that one game, or you wait for the Friday where a bunch of other stuff's gonna get released and hope it doesn't sell out. I hate that. Just like, please release it all on the same day. I hate when they do that. But anyway, so let's see. I'm not familiar with any of these. However, someone in the DOM group I'm in did speak highly of this game. I'm not familiar with any of them. What's this one called? Stickle Flying Son of the Crimson, because Stickle's blocking some of that one. I'm not familiar with that one. And then this one is Archivale, which this one I heard actually is going to get new content. That is a shame because I hate don't do a physical release if you're just gonna have new content come out. Please, for the love of humanity, delay it. I don't understand, aside from wanting to cash in on fucking people trying to get a complete version. I hate that. That happened to a few limited one, was it Blasphemy? Blasphemy has like fucking 5 versions now, practically. It's so fucking annoying all of a sudden. And then it happened with Streets of Rage 4, where it later got DLC after getting a limited edition. Like, please don't do that. You make people not want to support you when you do that shit. Anyway, we got a stack of PS4 stuff still remaining. Take a look at the newest newspaper thing for limited one. These have been kind of but Kitalian Fables is supposed to be like a kind of Harvest Moon. Wait, what is that? Wound Factory. It's kind of like a fully Wound Factory from what I've seen, where it has farming and combat stuff. So, fully Wound Factory. Yeah, probably best way to describe it. Let's see. Now this one, this one Pad might be a little familiar with too. I remember Dennis talking about it. Apparently the original, I believe it's the original art designer and scenario designer of the original Persona games, I believe, were behind this game. One or both were in it. I think it was both of them, but I might be. I know somebody related to the original Persona games is in this team for this game. So some people apparently were gravely comparing it to Persona, which I've heard in some circles isn't a good idea, but I've heard it's an interesting game. So, and then of course, no Neptunia game, the newest Neptunia game, crossover with Sin Kagagwa. Honestly, this my camera's reversed over there. Like, this franchise is basically fucking dead at this point, honestly. Like, I'm surprised they even did this. I mean, Sony has basically killed the franchise. Tuna. Oh yeah, that's why you call him Tuna. I forgot about that. Like, Oreo, I thought it was Trump. But, yeah, I would imagine this is very hack and slashy. It probably uses the engine from Kagwa, I would imagine. But, yeah, it's a Kagwa, all fun gameplay, but man, the visual novel aspects are just like, how do we make anime booby characters sound like they're having interesting inner trauma and dilemmas? I mean, it's just like... Some of the visual novel sections just like, it just keeps going on and on. And what's sad is I find the evil ninjas are a lot more interesting than the good ninjas, oddly enough. So, when the good guys are a bit more of the boring story, I just... Oh, interesting. I still need to play that one too. Like, I really need... Oh, it's hard to get. Like, there's different franchises I have almost like the Italian series done, and then there's others where it's like, I need to at least like do the second game, or don't even have the first game, but I own like the whole, like I own basically all of Phantasy Star, basically. I mean, I have Phantasy Star 1 through 4, the 360, and the expansion for the 361. I have the Phantasy Star 1 collection on the PS2, which has all the visual novel games on it. Let's see. I think, like, maybe one of the only Phantasy Star games I'm missing is the Japanese Vita game. I think I have, like, the DS one, like... but I don't have a single Phantasy Star under my belt aside from online 1 and 2 on Phantasy Star 1 in whatever episodes were on the original Xbox version, which I hardly can barely count that because a bunch of people just carried me through it all, because that was all I was playing it anymore at that point. Who would do that? How is your playthrough going in that? I only got to hop in like twice. Most of the times you've been, I think, posting really late. let me take a quick look. I think you've been mostly doing those words. Let's see. Let's see. That was. Oh, it doesn't say the time. It just says the date. Why doesn't it keep the time? That's stupid. Sometimes it might be time sensitive things. Ooh, Final Fantasy 9. Na, 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 na. See, Four Goddesses is worth playing. Let's see, ended yesterday. Yes, Phantasy Star 4 is commonly considered like the best. 3 is considered really iffy. One's considered a timeless classic to most of the fans. 4 is considered like the pinnacle. Like it's, I guess you could say it's the Final Fantasy 6 or 7 of the series, probably. But yeah, 3 is like the Final Fantasy 2 of the franchise. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. This one, the concept sounds interesting. It's from D3 publisher, but Maglam Lord. But the concept is funny. It's like an action JRPG straight from the depths of hell. Play solo as a male or female, the Demon Lord of Swords, who after losing their power is a survival of the Demon Lord species. Embark on an adventure to awaken your full power, complete quests, craft magic swords and such, along allies. Build relationships with your companion. Only by seeking their hand in marriage can you avoid the extinction of your kind. So it's, you know, it's a mixture of all kinds of shit with a dating sim. So, interesting idea. I'm not gonna lie, the female Demon Lord character is, you know, she looks let's see. Really polished and ties all the game. Yes! That's probably one of the nice things about 4. 4, I guess you could say, was kind of like the Dragon Quest 3 in a way, where it involved, you know, the coming full circle. Because I know I watched a documentary about, I think it was like a 40-minute just documentary video talking about the history of 3. So apparently 3 was made, well, okay, so like the people making Phantasy Star were like busy with something, and the Golden Axe team was brought in to make Phantasy Star 3. And they're familiar with medieval times, which is why apparently it was very heavily medieval themed. And that brought in the question of like, how does this fit together with the rest of the games? So 4 apparently had a very big role in making 3 make sense in the timeline of the 4 games. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm sure you probably know it off the top of yours, but yeah, so that's kind of interesting, how they had a different team make a game in a very different way from the other 2 entries, and then the 4th game kind of had to like, okay, we need to kind of, like, it's actually kind of interesting, because like, when you look at a similar situation with like FromSoft, Dark Souls 2 is basically the exact same thing. The main creator of the franchise was busy making Bloodborne, while a different team brought in to make Dark Souls 2, which led to it being kinda different. And story-wise, they didn't really do a good job explaining how it fits into the universe in 3. It just kinda was, yeah, Dark Souls 3 existed, there's some gear and references and magic and that, but yeah, we're not gonna really address how the fuck it fits into the storyline. I would really like to do a video on my opinions on how 2 can fit in the storyline, because it's, as far as I know, it's not non-canon. They didn't retcon it out. They just kind of just left it to be its thing. So, anyway. This I'm sure Pad's probably familiar with. This is apparently a really big shmup series. This is a strictly limited release collection. I think it's supposed to be, or is this one of the? I don't know. The Strictly Limited game has done a few different things of this. I don't remember if this is one of the collections or just a new entry. There's a lot of different entries. They did a collection. This is either it or not it. I think this isn't it now I think about it, because I think the collection thing was split into two different releases. But either way, you know, I'm sure Dennis. I mean, Pad. I'm sure Pad's familiar with this. He's a big shmup person. It doesn't really have any text on the back. It says defy all odds and save humanity, and that's it with 4 photos. So, but yeah, it says rolling gunner plus overpower. So, let's see. Then here's one I was interested in: surviving the aftermath. So it's like this is like a zombie apocalypse survival management game. So you ever see those kind of city bit, like, imagine Sim City, but it's zombie apocalypse basically. So I was like, ooh, this sounds actually interesting. So I got it on sale. Something I like try. Now this got a Strictly Limited release, but it also got a English. Well, I mean, it is English, but I mean they're a European company. This got a American release, a ESRB from Natsumi. Connect Tank. Looked like an interesting little game. So, I got it on sale. I think I got it at GameStop. Now here's something I'm a little interested in. Edge of Eternity. This is a RPG, a JRPG style game. I'm not sure if it's made by actual Japanese company. It was published by GS2, which usually releases a lot of budget games. But this actually looked kind of nice. I heard it's a little buggy in a few places, but I hope it turns something interesting. It looked nice. Admittedly, I'm a little more forgiving on games here and now, but oh yeah, these came with all those Assassin's Creeds. I got I forgot I also got these with them. So you know, Pat, how I trade my packaging material to a guy with a local store and pick out a bunch of games, you know, no money transaction, few games for me, a whole bunch of packing shit for you. I got like practically all the Assassin's Creeds that existed on the PS3, but I also got Thief and the Far Cry Primal. So there's a little added extra on that. And I know, I'm still sitting this as a little evil taunt here. Let's take a quick look, see if there's anything interesting in this. The Club of Fun newsletter, number 12. Let's see, it has Broken Age on the cover, oddly enough. That was a really long time ago. Let's see. And let's see, profiles. Let's see, puzzling over adventure games. Oh, they got a big thing on Tim Schafer in this one. And a community page. And show off the Monkey Island thing. Eh. Honestly, I haven't found these too interesting, to be honest. Myself. But anyway. Main thing. Ooh, I want to open this. Because I know somebody's probably crying right now. Be like, no! No, don't! No! But like, I actually want to play this game. So, I really liked it. The Blind Prince and the Lyle Princess. I liked the aesthetic. It was very nice. So, when this showed up in Japan, it's that style, but it's a JRPG. I'm like, yes, I'm there. Yes, yes. I am totally there. So, and what's nice is this was just a normal price of a game. And it got this very nice box. So, the outer cover to show it off. And we got the inner box. Very nice, very glossy. I love the aesthetic in that. It looks very nice. But yeah, it has that art style. And let's take a look on the innards. I always hate a little flap. It's always without bending it. Always annoying to get these open without whipping it. Trying to not bend it and trying to not whip it. Damn, it's stuck in there. Yeah, I sometimes will... Yeah, we can do this. Sometimes I'll put something that's flat straight. Ah, dang it. The thing is, I don't have what I usually use over here. There, got it. Got one side. There we go. There we go. Very nice. There we go. But yeah, I usually use some like a knife for that. Obviously not have the actual cutting part facing anything, but yeah, I usually like that pops them out real easy. But yeah, let it open over that, something like that can work just fine. So let's take a look at the contents. So, of course, got the game. Just a delightful artwork on it. This is your story of how one day you will defeat me. That kind of just ruins it. Like, the trailer really makes it sound like that's what's gonna happen, but it didn't outright say it. So now, it's like, nope, you just ruined the whole tragedy of the game. Damn it. But yeah, the cruel king and the great hero. It really makes me wonder what's gonna happen to the story, because like the dragon is raising this kid, and like I said, the trailer makes it really sound like that was the idea, that the kid's being raised to fight him. So, I don't know if it says the cruel king, so I guess the dragon's male. Ooh, and then it also comes with a very nice hard book. Let's see. Oh, and it's, oh my goodness, look at this thing. This is delightful. I gotta show this more closer up. So look at this. Very nice. Kind of reminds me of that Ninokuni book, the magic book in that. Look at this. Very delightful. And this shit didn't cost extra. This came with the normal version of this game. Oh, this shit's probably going to be a very nice collector's item. It's a pretty decent sized book. Let's see, does it have a page count at the end? Can I get the very last page here? We got a total of 52 pages. That is a very nice sized book. Very nice. Hardcovered and everything. And then, of course, what's also supposed to come in here... See, what's this? Digital soundtrack? Very nice. I don't really care about digital soundtracks very much, so you know what? Gives 3 downloads? Interesting. 22 tracks. I like how it even has artwork on this cardstock. So, I'm not worried about if you saw that code. I usually listen to soundtracks on YouTube anyway, so, Yeah, to be honest, this is a little bit of a meh. I mean, especially since they made this hardcover book, so, I mean, discs aren't expensive. It is an expense, but it's usually not very expensive. But I give props to the card looking nice. But yeah, it's not expensive, but yeah, it does still cost something. Of course, the main little thing that's also really nice is the fact that you get a plushie of the main character. That, again, was kind of a surprising thing to come with a normal $60 game. So, that was kind of surprising. Now, what was kind of shitty, though, is you can get the dragon for additional... I think it was $29.99 for the dragon. But hey, outside, the biggest flaw I'd say is the digital soundtrack. These kind of games, I really do like getting physical soundtracks too. They are very nice when the music is beautiful, but again, like I said, a lot of times I usually just listen to soundtracks on YouTube. But let's face it, let's not beat around the bush. Let's just be honest to yourself. You probably go to YouTube for most of your soundtracks, right? Because let's be honest, Nintendo's like the only company being a dick about it. But yes, this book, the book and the plushie are definitely a very nice highlight. You get a lot of artwork, creatures. It's very nice. Very nice. You got this story, which is likely the opening. Very nice. This is how you do this kind of shit. I love the art style for this game though, because that's what it is. It's like a very, very book kind of thing. It's very nice. So definitely like it. Definitely looking forward to playing this. Like I said, I liked the previous game. It was very nice. It was a bit of an odd little puzzly game, but I loved the art style and the characters. I really felt really bad for the little wolf girl, but I'm very glad the two characters did get to have a happy ending now, so. But yes. Let's see. Is this Final Fantasy VIII song again? Yeah, this is a Final Fantasy VIII song. Man, 8 really did have some different fucking music. Yes, very nice. Sadly, my box did get a few bangs in the corner because I'm surprised this thing wasn't crushed. Because I would have, I was really debating about returning it, but I didn't want to deal with the hassle. It just has a few dings on the corners, so it's not the end of the world. But Amazon put in a fucking bag. Like, you know, if you ever got clothing from Amazon, that's what it was in. A fucking bag. Like, no bubble or anything. Just a fucking thin bag. I'm surprised this wasn't crushed to bits. But, yeah. I thought about returning it, but I didn't. Amazon's such a fucking pain to return shit to, so. Bit of a shame, but, you know. You can't always get everything pristine. But yeah, I'm very excited about this game though. I've been looking forward to it. Like I said, I was really... Oh, yeah. I definitely consider it lucky. Like, if it was crushed, like literally crushed, I would have fucking returned it or did something. Because I would have been like, this is bullshit. A few, like... You know, I'll be fair, it's not easy mailing unique box stuff in the mail. You know, I understand you go through the mail, sometimes you'll have a little trouble. Now, I would have gotten it via GameStop or something, because, you know, when you get something like this, usually at GameStop, just when it comes out, it's usually sealed. Or usually they'll have enough copies that'll seal that first. So, I would have went that route if the first company and the only company that I had listed for quite a while was Amazon. Because when first this came up, Amazon was the only person. And I always ask NIS, like, is this going to be available at other stores, and blah, 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 and they never fucking respond to all that. So, I didn't want to risk it being sold out. Because I don't know how wide of a release this was going to be. You know, it is a niche title. Admittedly, this probably wasn't going to be a huge Persona 5-esque type thing, so, you know, I didn't want to risk waiting to see if it got more listings and then just go poof, because you know that does happen. So it didn't end up being the case. I did see copies of this sitting in GameStops when I've done some of the trade-in, which is good. Definitely do see the price likely going to become whale though. It will probably likely become whale, so I would not sit on it for a super long time. I mean, like, I'm not even sure how much the original game is these days. Let me look here. Voice charting. See, Blind Prince. See, the Lion Princess and Blind Prince for the Nintendo Switch is $123 loose, $193 complete, and $232 brand fucking new. The fuck? Let's look up the other versions. And that's the American version. American PS4 version. $97 loose, $104 complete, and $158 new! The fuck? Oh, what's this? PAL version for PS4 is $56 loose, $62 complete, and $81 new. Okay, you watching this video, you interested in the Lion Prince and the Blind Prince, get the PAL PS4 version. Do it now! Holy shit, these prices. Are you fucking crazy? Wow. The fuck? That is... The Switch version is insane. Storybook edition. So, which I got the storybook edition. The storybook edition for PS4 is basically the same as the standard. That is expensive. But look at this. It's even more on Switch though. The storybook edition is $188 loose. Which actually, why does that even matter if it's fucking loose actually? I mean, if it's fucking loose, it's just the game, so that actually shouldn't fucking matter, actually, because I don't think the case says anything about it being a storybook edition. $241 complete for the storybook edition for the Switch. Holy fuck. Wow. Yeah, if you're interested in this game, the Lion Princess and the Blind Prince, you might want to immediately look up PAL PS4, because that's like the only thing humanly affordable right now. Wow. Yeah, see, that's the situation I did not want to end up with this game. Because I have not heard how well or how good or bad the Lion Princess did. I guess it did decently enough for them to release this. Because, you know, we were mid-going PS4, PS5 generation. I was really worried they were going to skip this. Because they did that with that, Dennis played it, I believe. It is like a dungeon crawler with puppets that you get. You make puppets that represent different job classes. That actually had a sequel in Japan. We didn't get that. We only got the original. So apparently that either didn't do well enough or they didn't care to bring us a sequel. So I was worried this would end up in that kind of situation. But I guess it was good enough for that. So I'm just glad we got this. Or maybe because it's a different type of game, maybe they thought JRPG would do better. I'm really excited to play this. Hopefully in the very near future, I hope. I do not want this one to lie on the shelf for several years saying I really want to play it and not get around to it because of work and other shit. So, this one definitely is going to be up there, so I really hope we can get to it sooner than later. But right now, you know, Elden Ring is up there on the needing to get done. Which actually, I guess I can kind of go in that real quick here before we end. I did say I was going to maybe do some Elden Ring, but there's apparently a big there is some dark clouds outside, so there might be a big thunderstorm coming up, so it might just be best to end with the pickups and save Elden Ring for another day. Next week, I am wanting to try and do a few short streams, do some exploring, because that's what we're going to have a bit of for a little while, so try to get some of that off of the main day. But so plan-wise, I am meaning to make a video about what I'm planning to do at July, so I guess I can kind of go into it here a little bit. So the current plan with overtime is I will have the majority half days after July. After July, there will maybe be 1 or 2 Fridays I may have to work, but after that, it's like basically I'll have half Thursday and half Friday off, because fuck them, I don't give a shit. Like, I have lots of reasons to be super pissed off where I work at this point. But, I'm going to first focus on Elden Ring. Elden Ring will get finished. I'm hoping to have it finished before the end of July, hopefully. Because, man, that's going to be really long if not. Because, you know, it's still ways before done in July, so I would hope I'll get done by then. But, honestly, it's hard to really judge how far I am in this game, because I don't know how many MacGuffin shit it's going to throw at me. I mean, it threw 4 more demigods at me now. I think they're optional, but still, I don't know what kind of MacGuffin shit might be down the road yet, so. But after Elden Ring, whether it's before or after July, after Elden Ring, I'm going to bring back the viewer stream. So, the viewer choice stream will begin on the Fridays again, and we will continue that. It's been on hiatus, and I appreciate everyone's understanding on that hiatus for that, because the mandatory overtime. Now, I don't know what next year is looking like. They're hoping this is going to die down this fall. They're thinking it will. But if it doesn't, I will have to make a different decision once we get into the new year on how I'm going to handle that. I am going to better plan my half days for sure, based on what happened this year, because of that. But I will try to continue the viewer stream day still. It just may have a few days it missed there, but that will be something planned when we get there. Hopefully, it'll all work out in that sense. On my Saturday stream, I want to try and focus on finishing some stuff. So, like, I want to get the Nier Automata final boss, secret boss done, and finish that up. That's been a long project, doing the delaying doing the super boss on that, and that. There's several games that I have things I wanted to get done. Death Stranding, I still need to finish. We kind of just went through some of that and then just fucking threw it to the wayside, because I know some people weren't necessarily enjoying that title. But, you know, I want to try and work on a few of the things that I've been needing to get worked on done. So after Elden Ring on Saturday, I will probably spend some time working on some past project things that I've been needing to get done, while Friday will continue being the viewer choice. So, and that brings into, you know, let's see, where is the viewer vote? Game over. So let's see. Right now, Persona Q has 2, Skyward Sword 7, Bioshock 4, Money Cry 5. Octolad 2 is at 10, and Sophie is at 12. So, but yeah, when I make the official video, I would imagine some people are going to cash in some points in that. So I'm likely going to want to keep an eye on my reward thing, just to make sure nobody cashes in off stream with that. But yeah, so for those wanting Pacific thing to win or that, you may want to, you know, keep an eye on that, on what you want voted up. So right now, Pad's game is winning right now, which will be the first of that series for me to play through. and Octolad 2 is at 10, 2 points short, so things could change there, you know. So you might want to keep on top of that pad if you want your game to win. But you probably wouldn't mind Octolad 2 either, so I think either way it would probably be a win. But anyway, so I imagine there'll be a little neck-to-neck with it, so... But with that, I think we've gone through all the newest pickups. I gotta get all the stuff added to my database and get that updated net and straighten up again with the shuffling of the shelves. The endless shuffling. Oh, it's such a pain now, but what can you do? Anyway, thank you, Pad, for hopping in. And sadly, it seems Dennis and Carter didn't make it to the live stream, but I'm sure they'll check out the YouTube video. They do enjoy these of that. So, and just a reference, this was done with the camera link that I've been using as my new camera for streaming. So, I would like to know if there's anything weird, or, like, if you like it, if you don't like it, or that. It's a first experiment using it in this style. Yeah, I'd say you caught about half of it, so, you know, you caught about half the pickups of that, so you got some of that. But, yeah, I would like feedback if this is improvement or downgrade or something. I mean, for the face cam, it seems really good. I don't know if it shows up in the recording, but I see it in OBS. Like, there's kind of a weird line trail, like, when something moves really fast. I don't know if that shows up, like, in the actual... I would imagine it does. I mean, my experience, everything that's in the preview, yeah. So, I'm not quite sure what causes that. That could be because of the camcorder, or that could be a normal thing with the camera link. I don't know if it is. But yeah, slow movement's not bad. It's just really fast movement, does it? It doesn't have a program. The cam link has no program, as far as I'm aware of. So if there is some kind of setting thing to do, it would have to be in OBS. As far as I know, there are no things to use with the cam link. It's solely what the cam link does. So the cam link allows you to hook up something via HDMI, and what it does is it tricks your computer in thinking it's a webcam. That might, as far as I know, my camcorder does not naturally do that, but that could be a possibility, though. It's been a long time since I've used my camcorder for really anything, so that is a possibility. But yeah, as far as I understand, the cam link just literally makes your computer think the device that's plugged into it is a webcam. And that's it, as far as I know. As far as I know, it has no program or anything that lets you do anything to it, so... Ooh, man, it is slowly getting darker, and it ain't even noon yet, so I might have to check how the storm is, because it might be pretty myth, but... Yeah. But thank you for stopping by, of course, Pat. It's always lovely to have somebody share some nerdom with when doing these. But everyone always seems to enjoy these, whether it be stream or video-wise. It's just people like the live interaction, you know, of it. But yes, this I think is a strong contender of coming up soon, hopefully. But because I am really excited for this one, so hopefully I can get Elden Ring done. Try to get a few other projects worked on, and this, I think, is a strong contender for being next, because I'm really looking forward to it. I love the art style and everything. It's really nice. It's really nice, but, anyway, things must come to go, and that, so...